Okay.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
okay now?
Yeah,
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 fine, fine. Yeah.
we can see that.
Okay, then sorry for the trouble. Then you know that our country has a long history, legacy, and policy, which is for based on environmental conservation and sustainability of our resources, especially living resources. And regarding our fishery resources, we know that in our state, since its inception, we had the same policy, which is mainly based on resource conservation and fishermen welfare. And last year, we have the department has released the state fisheries policy 2019, and now you can see the facing sheet, the cover page, and the GO government order of that release of that policy. In the order itself, it was specifically it specifically mentioned the eco-friendly development of that is shown in yellow color. Eco-friendly development and in all aspects of fisheries development. So this policy specifically guides us what are our intentions and what are our future developments. And in this policy, our focus was based on different aspects of our developmental strategies in marine fisheries, inland fisheries, including aquaculture, then fisheries resource conservation and management, and in fishermen and fish farmers' welfare, infrastructure development, and quality assurance, value addition, and marketing. Then in the introductory part, our resources, I think I need not elaborate the resources that is we are having in our state. We know we are having our maritime states with a 590 kilometer long shoreline and having an equal area of the land area of continental shelf area, and to more than 2 lakhs square kilometer of exclusive economic zone, and so many backwaters and and other wetlands, 44 rivers, reservoirs, and other water bodies. And as our panelist, Dr. NKS, has rightly pointed out, our state is sometimes different from other states of India, because most of our people consume fish. More than 80% of our people consume fish. So it definitely has an impact on our nutritional security and health of our people. So the sustainability of this living resources is very important for our state. And it also support a fisher population of about 1 million living in 222 marine villages and 113 inland villages. And this sector contribute to about 1.36% of the state's GDP and 11.30% of the primary production sector. That means it's a very important sector in Kerala economy and Kerala socio-economic life. And at the same time, the policy in the introductory part, it also mentions certain constraints that we are facing now, like low per capita marine fish catch, which is just 1,500 only, and making a question mark on the future livelihood of our seagoing fishermen. And there are some certain issues on the ownership of fishing implements, like of their fishing craft, gears, etc., and where a lot of middlemen plays certain roles, thereby very much reducing the income of our seagoing fishermen. That is one reason for the low beach price that they are getting now, and high cost of production, which is increasing day by day due to fuel cost and some other reasons. And there are the policy in the also the certain emerging issues are also mentioned in the document, like the declining catch and high population density of our coastal belt, causing certain issues to our people living there, especially fishermen, and certain infrastructural issues in this highly populated coastal belt. Our fishermen, they do not have the adequate infrastructure in their as far as their housing, drinking water, or the connectivity and everything is concerned, they are facing a lot of issues. And in the policy document in chapter 1, the target is specifically mentioned as the increasing production and productivity in an eco-friendly manner. And the general approach is rightly mentioned as promoting sustainable fishery conservation and management with the people's participation. Like in all other sectors, the people's participation in resource conservation and fish production has made a deep impact in Kerala, as we can see in a few other slides. Then the targets also mention on scientific interventions for increasing production and productivity, aquaculture development, value addition, quality assurance, branding, marketing, and tie up with the research institutes for imbibing their research outcomes, which would be useful to our fishermen and fish farmers, and training. And regarding fishermen welfare, which is also very important because they are the backbone of this industry. As I told earlier, they are facing certain issues like first sale right is not approachable to many of them because the middlemen are playing more role for the first sale of fish at our harbors or fish landing centers. And there are certain infrastructure issues are also there. Then which is the successive state governments are addressing these issues in building so many fishing harbors. Kerala has more fishing harbors. When we compare the length of the coast, we have more fishing harbors, but the facility there is not up to the standards. And life-saving issues are also there. We know at the time of Oki disaster, we have lost lives of so many fishermen. So there are issues to be addressed in life-saving the aspects of our fishermen. Then and supporting the event of natural calamities, we are as in the case of Oki, the government is supporting the families of the affected people. And in tsunami also, we were foreigners in implementing so many projects which have helped our coastal communities very much. And the government is also implementing the insurance schemes, debt relief schemes, and e-governance and a mobile governance scheme of our fishermen. In the new era of the technology, fishermen would be very much influenced or helped by use of this e-governance or m-governance programs. Just like now they are sometimes wasting their valuable time and energy, fuel for in search of fish. Now the potential fishing zones is very much available in their mobile screen, so that they can save their valuable time and energy. And also in the case of natural calamities, the impending danger, they can be very well alerted in time, ensuring their rescue timely. Then chapter 2 of this document mentioned is regarding our marine fisheries development and the sustainable utilization of resources in continental area is very well elaborated in the document. Then regulation of foreign vessels, the issue of foreign vessels is always makes certain issues and sometimes confrontation with our traditional fishermen. And there are evidences that some of the foreign vessels encroaches our exclusive economic zones, sometimes even to our territorial waters. Then the regulation of undesirable fishing practices is also very important for our sustainable fisheries of our sea. And everybody know that Kerala is one of the first states. Kerala and Goa are the first states to implement the Marine Fishing Regulation Act in 1980, which is a landmark legislation regarding conservation, management, and of our resources of the sea. And regulation of juvenile catch is also very important. and according to CMFRI, they have released a very important document on juvenile catch, and they have advised to the Department of Fisheries to regulate the juvenile catch. And according to their advice, in 2015, minimum legal size for catching fish has been introduced, and a government order has been issued in this regard. And now our enforcing officers are taking adequate measures to control the catch of juvenile catch. Then protection of rights of traditional fishers is also very well documented in the policy, and the protection of aquatic ecosystems, then formation of Fisheries Management Council. And there was an amendment in our Marine Fishing Regulation Act in which there is provision for formation of fisheries management councils at village level, at district level, and state level. So this is participatory management of marine resources is ensured by this introduction of this provision in Kerala Marine Fishing Regulation Act. Then disaster management measures are government is taking adequate measures for mitigating the disasters. Then minimum price to the catch, which is also very important as far as the fisherman is concerned. During this COVID situation, the fisheries management councils and the harbor management societies have taken an important role in ensuring minimum price to the catch, because we could avoid middlemen to a certain extent in most of the fishing harbors. And the results very well shows that the fishermen got more price than earlier during these days. Then protection of consumer right is so equally important, because ultimately our produce goes to our consumers. And now everybody know that the enforcement mechanism of the Fisheries Department and the Food Safety Departments ensure that the quality of the fish that the consumer gets is free from toxins or some other harmful chemicals. And the policy also mentioned about the promotion of tourism in aquatic systems that would also support the fishermen. Then Chapter 3 refers on inland fisheries, and there is a separate chapter on aquaculture. Then conservation of ecosystem, and then regulation of illegal fishing practices. We know that our state has promulgated the Inland Fisheries and Aquaculture Act in 2010. Before that, we were having that Indian Fisheries Act of 1897, in which also we can see that there were provisions for many provisions for conservation, like the mesh size regulations and the protected the formation of protected areas. And there was an information that during 1940s, if I'm wrong, I think Dr. Sulil Mohammed sir would correct me. In 1940s, when there was a decline in sardine catch in Malabar coast, then the fisheries, the Madras government has made put certain restrictions on catch of sardine during 1940s. So the illegal for reservation of for conservation of our resources, we should regulate our catches, and sometimes the illegal, unreported or illegal catch practices has to be regulated. And pollution is another emerging issue in our, especially in our coastal area, because all the pollutants in the land ultimately reaches our aquatic ecosystems and ultimately to the sea. And this pollution and the reports from CMFRI also shows that the plastic pollution affects the fishery resources also, and the microparticles of plastics are even seen in the bodies of fish that would ultimately affect the human health. And the promotion of reservoir fisheries is also because it's also an important area for future development of fisheries. Then Chapter 4 on this policy document mentions on yes, sir.
Just reminding the time. That's all. You can take 5 more
Oh, yes,
minutes.
yes, sir. 5 more minutes. Okay, I'll finish there. So I'll just read out this, the aquaculture. Our major the intention is to increasing the productivity, increasing the production and productivity, and increasing the production of quality seed. Because in Kerala, our major limitation is the availability of quality seed of even freshwater and also brackish water fish seed. Limitation is very much. So the government is making adequate efforts in establishing fish seed hatcheries in almost all districts of Kerala. And quality feed is also very important, because in Kerala we don't have the commercial feed mills. Feed mills. And already administrative sanction has been accorded by the department for establishing feed mills in Kerala. Then fish disease control is very important, and aquatic animal health laboratories are being established in most of the districts in Kerala. That would ensure the better the surveillance and control of aquatic fish diseases. And eco-friendly approaches in farming. I mentioned earlier that in every chapter of this document we can see that the every development in every aspect should be in an eco-friendly way. Then promotion of integrated farming is also very important, because we have so much areas, we have so much scope for integrated farming, like rice fish farming in Kutanad, in Pokali and Kaipad areas. Even the department has been implementing this integrated farming system for the last few decades, and the government of India is also now supporting by various schemes for promoting integrated farming. That if even ADAC is now implementing one scheme under a National Adaptation Fund for Climate Change for promotion of the Pokali cultivation. Then ensuring people's participation, that in both the marine as well as in aquaculture. We have our Janagiya Matsya Krishi program, that is and such programs ensures participation of people, and already the actions are taken by the successive governments for people's participation in aquaculture. Then promotion is ornamental fishes is well taken care of by the department now, and we have already established one company, Kerala Aquaculture International Limited, and now programs are also being implemented with the support of Prime Minister's the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana for development of ornamental fisheries. And streamlining and strengthening of agencies involved in aquaculture is also mentioned in this document, because so many agencies are involved in aquaculture. And the streamlining is very important for coordination, better coordination of these aquaculture activities in the state. And introduction of new technology and innovative technology is well taken in the document, because this new technology in an area where limitation of the land is an issue. We have new technologies like recirculatory aquaculture system, biofloc farming system, and so many other farming systems are coming up. And this policy document also mention adoption of these new technologies, and financial assistance for fish farming is being also taken up very well by the state government, and with the support, sometimes with the support of the government of India. And this chapter 5 of this policy document, she mentions on the development of cold chains, which for the better utilization of the resources. But sometimes some of our resources goes waste by spoilage. So if we have the cold chain systems which adequately take up the whatever catch we get, then it would be much useful for our fishers and also the people involved in the marketing. Then quality assurance, I have just mentioned earlier that the quality assurance is well taken care in the document, and the actions has been already taken by the government in this regard. And marketing facilities, government is much focusing on on establishing of marketing facilities in all districts of Kerala, and export promotions also is well taken in the document. Then value-added products is other important aspect in fish marketing, which ensures better price for our fishers, and also ensures more employment for people, especially our coastal fisher folk. And regarding chapter,
How many presentation?
yeah, 2 more slides, sir.
Okay, okay, okay.
This development of fishing harbors and fish landing centers, we have enough fishing harbors, but the facilities there are minimum, and we should more focus on the upgradation of the existing fish landing centers and the fishing harbors. The promotion of management societies I have already mentioned. Then the chapter 8 on human resource development mentions on adoption of latest developments in ICT and fishery sector and participatory resource management plans, training, and our interventions in education sector has given promising results, because over the last few years, most of our children from fishers, they have got admissions in higher educations like medicine, engineering, and other higher institutions of higher education. Then these are some of the legislations for ensuring that I have already mentioned: the Kerala Marine Fishing Regulation and Kerala Inland Fishing Regulation, Kerala Inland Fisheries and Aquaculture Act, and the Kerala Fish Seed Act, which has been issued in 2014. And these are some of the legislations by Government of India that also restrict or sometimes regulate the illegal or sometimes undesirable fishing or farming practices. Then that's all. Thank you.